Sometimes the simplest country recipes are the ones that have the most interesting stories. And that's exactly what I'm making for you today. It's a dish found all over the Ionian called Poulenta. And it's a delicious, creamy cornmeal that has a whole variety of uses in the kitchen. This version of it, which is from the island of Lefkada, calls for a little bit of garlic. And I'm taking out the green sprout on the inside because it's a little bit bitter. I'm gonna chop my garlic and just cook it very gently so that it's ready to go in to the cornmeal as that boils with hot water. A little bit of olive oil and butter. And gently cook my garlic in that. I'm gonna get that into the frying pan and swirl that around. This is really gonna take a minute. Cook the garlic until it just starts to get that light golden brown color. And I'm right at that point, so I'm gonna get it off the heat. I've got 2 quarts of water that have come to a boil. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of salt to that. And this is the tricky part. You wanna add your cornmeal, and you wanna look for a coarsely ground cornmeal or polenta, little bit at a time, and stir it as you go. I'm doing this a little bit carefully. The whole idea is to cook the polenta in this boiling water. It's already starting to thicken. It'll take about 20 minutes probably to cook. And when you can handle the bowl, just pour it in and stir all the while. I'm just gonna whisk this a little bit to smoothen it out. In this pot is kind of the whole post-war history of Greece, because this was a food that people ate during the most dire years of poverty in World War II. When they got back on their feet again, they didn't want to look at this. It reminded them too much of painful days. And now it's been rediscovered by young Greek chefs who are using it in innovative and creative recipes and pairing it with all sorts of things. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this now, and that will help give it a nice, comforting, velvety texture. And I'm gonna get the garlic in here next. It's already smelling delicious. This is ready. It's been simmering for about 20 minutes. It's peeling away from the sides of the pot, and it's sputtering on top. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, swirl that around, and I'm going to crumble a little bit of feta cheese into this. That's my little twist. The feta will melt in here, but also give it a little bit of texture. And this is ready to serve. You just want to be very careful because it's super hot. As this cools down, it will thicken. It smells delicious. It's got this beautiful earthy smell to it. Just a little dab of butter on here. And a tiny, tiny bit of feta cheese. Which I'm just gonna cut into little pieces. Just sprinkle on top. The saltiness and the brininess of the cheese goes really well with the earthiness of the polenta. Take a little bite with some feta cheese. Be careful, this is very hot. This is really soothing. It's easy to understand how this has been rediscovered by young chefs, but for me, the traditional soft, creamy polenta of the Ionian Islands is still one of the best foods I've ever had in Greece.